Hey guys, welcome back to my Doom Tower series, Rotation 1 Hard. We're going to do Secret Room 3 together. Now, I didn't know what to expect. Defense champions only. I know I've beat this before, so let's follow the principles. First thing we want is my nukers. This guy nukes really hard. This is maybe one of my favorite defense-based nukers in the game because he's not just a defense-based nuker. He brings quite a bit more, and there's really good synergy between these three, come to think of it. I might even be willing to try these three by themselves. Um, why not? Yeah, let's run these three. They should have no problem. I'm just thinking about this. Should we? Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if I can do it in three. But this is Doom Tower hard, so I am kind of expecting to maybe be humiliated by this. Normally I'd advise just taking five. There's no need to show off. It can be fun to show off. The rest of your clan can see what you did. If you happen to be really good, the rest of the world can see what you did because you completed the whole thing in 3 turns with just a single um, Ragash or whatever you used. So I'm gonna open with maybe I'll open with the AoE just to get a feel for how much damage we're doing. So here's why I like the synergy between these three. I have a crowd controller right here. He's got stun in case we need that, but I'm just going to go ahead and start with the increased defense. I probably should have just put up the block damage right away so that I'm countering everybody. That would have been the smarter way to do it, but we're still fast enough to get ahead of some of them. So now everybody is going to get hit by well, let's decrease his defense. Everybody's going to get hit by a pretty heavy hitting A1. I mean, he's chewing through their HP pretty fast, all things considered. The enemies in the Doom Tower are just tanky as all hell. So let's make sure we take down these guys. These guys are particularly nasty because they reflect your damage back at you. Let's try to get them under decreased defense if we can. I even get an extra. I get an extra AoE. Now I'm wondering if I want to wait. Nah, let's do it now. So I can at least put a shield on everybody. And part of the beauty of this trio is I've got Ultimate Death Knight extra slow. So basically, he barely gets... he's definitely twice as slow as Helicath, so by the time Helicath gets this back, usually the unkillable hasn't even dropped off yet, or maybe it's about to drop off. So it's pretty fun to use these three together in the arena. Sometimes I'll put these three together with Mithrala. I'm thinking of also pairing them all with Blizzar. I think that'd be a fun combo as well. Blizzar has the increased defense, and he's got a mini cleanse, so he might even replace this guy, Goffred. But for now, let's put up the increased defense, because this is just going to increase everybody's damage, since they're all defense-based. So they'll hit like an absolute truck. I also built Goffred for damage. So AoE immediately? No, I want to wait. I want to hold that thought and just chip away on her. We're really not getting good damage against her, though, because the affinity. It's a poor affinity matchup. But we can go for some stuns if I'm worried about this dropping off, and maybe it is. Maybe we'll start with this. Try to chew through her increased defense, trying to add the decreased defense. We can also put up a shield and some healing. This team may not be particularly fast. I may be making this take longer than it needs to take, but you know what? If you get impatient, you can always skip ahead and see how this turns out. Or you can just sit back and maybe you're playing Raid Shadow Legends on your own device, and you just wanted some white noise in the background. In which case, thank you for choosing me as your white noise machine. So I'm gonna try. I mean, maybe I should just be taking out any champion that I can, because they get healed passively by Shill of the Drakes. Let's try to get decreased defense on her again. It's important to get rid of her first. I really want to get rid of her. It looks like Ultimate Death Knight's actually hitting even harder than my Helicath. I don't know why. That looked a little better. So let's keep going with the... You know what? No, we want the defense now. We want the defense. When I started this video, I didn't even know that I was going to use this trio, but I absolutely love this trio. So I suppose that's another thing that I could add to the notes. I could even just say 6. Look for your fave combos. I mean, that's pretty obvious, I suppose. We could go for the stun. At this point, I'm probably just gonna use the A1s to get through this. I don't think anybody else has any healing anymore. Just to make sure we have our best moves when we hit round 3. And of course, lots of legendaries on the enemy team means Ultimate Death Knight just absolutely controls these waves. So for the crowd control, look no further than him. And Goffred, if you happen to have him, is great, but Ultimate Death Knight, he was free login champ from last year. If you're newer, well, congratulations on making it to Hard Doom Tower already. I don't know what you do without Ultimate Death Knight, but I'm sure I can come up with something. If you're having trouble, of course, leave a comment in the comments section, and I'll see what I can do. I'm going to put up the increased defense just so the damage is as high as it could be. Maybe I'll go for this immediately because I'm impatient. I actually have some refresh artifacts on my Helicath, so maybe I don't have to stagger his AoE by 1 turn. Sometimes I do it anyway, just so that I make sure we're always covered by either the block damage or a shield. But I'm kind of okay with doing it this way. Krisk is kind of an annoying tank, so let's get decreased defense on him. He's likely enough to get decreased defense on a lot of our guys too. Luckily, my Helicath has enough resist that he's not being affected, because Helicath is really the most important source of damage on this team. Even though I built Goffred for damage, he's just not necessarily well suited to damage. But you know what? I think we could even leave this on auto. There's no revivers. I'm confident this team could do it. It probably would have shaved a good 4 or 5 minutes off this video if I just run it on auto rather than, flapping my guns at you. So I apologize for that. But yeah, you know what? I don't apologize. I love this team, and I love taking the time to showcase why I love this trio. So if you happen to have this trio, awesome. If you have Helicath and Ultimate Death Knight, build Helicath with more than 200 speed, and Ultimate Death Knight with no speed, and you've got your 2-man combo right there. Then just bring increased defense. Anybody that's got it. Siphi, I think, would be my favorite if I had her, but I don't. Anyway, that's all I got to say about Secret Room 3. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves.